Hello, my wonderful class. I apologize for coming to you via video this morning. I think Bobby or someone is going to be teaching you at the conclusion of this. My brother secured a memorial stone for my mom. I have two older brothers, Mark and Daniel. I'm the only one, shockingly, that did not get a Bible name. Like, what's up with that, Mom? We always laughed about that. Mom went to be with the Lord about 4 years ago, and she was cremated, and so ashes are in places of sentiment and memory, but the official headstone is in. So we wanted to commemorate that together, and the only time we can all be together is this weekend. So it came up kind of suddenly. I had intended to be there Sunday, today, I guess, when you're watching this. So I apologize that I cannot be. I did want to finish our discussion on situational ethics. We talked about speeding and killing and yelling and divorce, and we talked about the coal miners. I promised you I'd come back to that, and I will. If I had, what was it called, Screencastify, I would do this on a video for you, but that expired on me, so I have to renew that. So I'm just going through the PowerPoint right here, and I'll talk to you about it a little bit. We talked about lying, and are there when you consider ethics and when you consider motives, are there reasons people lie that would be morally different than the average lie, which is told to, cheat or deceive, but do people lie for noble reasons? So we're going to look at that from the Bible in just a minute. Abortion, substance abuse, homosexuality, cheating. All these things we've talked about. We looked at, coming back to the coal miner, the motive of the coal miner. Timothy 5:8 says a man must provide for his, 1 Timothy 5:8, a man must provide for his family. If he doesn't do that, he's worse than an infidel, he's worse than an unbeliever. So the coal miner's motive, even though they knew they were killing their bodies, was to provide. And in that time and in those places, that was the only way they felt they could do that. Controversial question. If I was there, boy, we would have I know you guys, we'd have a round robin, and maybe Bobby or whoever's teaching you can discuss this when I'm done with this video. There was a ministry at Friendship Church years ago. Still on the fence on this one myself. They had a book that the pastor's wife wrote. I believe it was Todd and Aaron Phillips was their name. Church boomed under Todd's leadership. He's gone now, but it was a tremendous time of growth for the church. And one of their ministries that was, I guess, stirring up a buzz in the community was ministry to strippers at strip joints. And it was only the only women. I never recommend, gentlemen, that if there's that Calvary ever has a ministry to strippers, the men don't need to go. The women should only go. So that's my attempt for humor. But anyway, the women did go, and they befriended these ladies, and they brought them care packages, and they bought them lunch, and they invited them to church. And many of those ladies became Christian and got out of that industry and into, went back to school, and all kind of good things came out of that ministry. Aaron's book was How to Pick Up a Stripper, and I think it was even on maybe on one of these talk shows and secular channels, got coverage. And the motive there was to win those ladies to Christ, was to help them out of an industry which was, arguably morally questionable, into a career and a life that didn't require the compromise of their bodies or anything like that. But yet, many of them said to the church members that were ministering to them, that this is the way I provide for my children. It's not what I want to do, but I don't have time to go back to school, and I don't have opportunities to, get what I make as a stripper anywhere else. And I need to make what I make to put food on the table and provide for my children. So it was a discussion, that I was going to have with you guys today. And you guys can still have it without me there. But a lot of motive floating around there. Motive of the church folks was definitely noble. We want to help these ladies without lecturing them, without condescending to them about their profession, telling them how horrible or sinful it is, but loving them to a place where they know they've got choices. And some of them didn't feel like they had choices. And, they're not just putting food on the table and paying for rent or mortgages, also trying to put money back put their kids through college and doing this in the stripping industry. And, church people are going to come along and say, no, don't do that.